Listen, in life, there are going to be a lot of things that give you trouble. There are going to be a lot of things that makes you feel as if you can't overcome the obstacle in which you're facing. But what you got to realize in life is God is with you, despite your flaws, despite your imperfections, despite the things in which you feel as if you need to get to a certain place sooner. You got to understand, God says his ways are higher than your ways. His thoughts are higher than your thoughts, as the heavens are above the earth. When you walking with God, there are going to be things along your path that you're going to be required to do that nobody else is doing. What does that mean? With God, you're required to shed old skin. Those who believe in him shall have everlasting life, and his faithful word will endure forever. So what you got to understand as a person is, God knows the things in which he needs for you to do. And if God calls you to do something, you must be obedient. In the book of Jeremiah, Jeremiah always was learning about understanding how being disobedient will lead you to a path of destruction. Jeremiah had visions of an end time, the things in which God showed him, the things in which what would happen if those were disobedient to the ways in which God wanted them to live. And Jeremiah was required to live through the things in which he spoke, even though people did not believe. What you got to understand, just like Jeremiah, regardless of what people are doing in the world, if you know that God is calling out to you, if you know as a person that God is trying to get your attention, it doesn't matter who's not walking with God. It doesn't matter who's not seeking God. You must be obedient to what God has for you, because you got to live with you for the rest of your life. God will never call you to be perfect. But God says many are called and few are chosen. So what that means is there's going to be a lot of us that is given the opportunity to be able to get ourselves right with God, to live the life in which God feels we deserve. And there's going to be many of us that allows ourselves to fall victim to the illusion of robbing, stealing, killing, of stealing, killing, and destroying ourselves. You have to recognize that with God, things don't happen by coincidence. They happen by strategic design. God says it is good that I've been afflicted so I can learn my statutes. When God tells you it's good that you've been afflicted, through the things that you're going through, you're going to learn the power of deception. What does that mean? You're going to learn the ways in which the enemy attaches himself to you, attacks you, and tries to deplete you. Everybody has an opportunity to be transitioned to the person that God wants them to be. But are you going to take that necessary step? Are you going to allow yourself to continuously feel hopeless? Are you going to allow yourself to remain the same? Because God is not a God of stagnation. He's a God of increase. He's a God of morals. And when you live life doing things in which you want to do, you will find yourself not thinking. You will go from having a sober mind to doing things that depletes the spirit, that depletes your energy, that depletes your morals. Because we as people are governed by God. And you have the choice to choose what you want your life to be. So after today, regardless of what you're thinking, regardless of what you're doing, regardless of what you believe in, you have an opportunity to get closer to God. Choose God, not yourself. Peace.